This podcast was edited and uploaded by Uncle Geeb Productions. Hey guys, and welcome everyone to the Triple G Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is Hoster Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. You can also watch our video podcast live over on youtube.com/DripGeeb. I haven't lost a step, baby. How you doing, Drip?
I'm doing great. Doing fantastic. Having a good week. I'm sore. My garage is clean.
Oh, yeah. You're a loser?
I am. I guess I'm a loser. Technically, I'm not, but I guess, yeah. Lost the Splatfest.
Yeah,
played the
sure
Splatfest,
did.
But I guess I'm on the losing team. I did wonder something. I wondered something. You said this right before we started the podcast here.
Yep.
You said you get the anti-Super Bowl ring. What ring is what is that?
The anti-Super Bowl ring. The anti-Super Bowl ring, it looks like what the Eagles get every single year except for 2018.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm just thinking weird, bad things that are like a ring that you.
It's a ring, but instead of like coming out of your finger, you put it on. It comes like looks pretty out of it. Implodes your finger, and it's very painful.
Spiky.
No. Implode, like it implodes your finger and deteriorates the skin and bone and muscle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you don't want the anti-Super Bowl ring. The losers
I guess
get
not.
it.
Okay, well, I guess that's what we got.
Guys, this is a Nintendo podcast, I promise. How are you doing, everybody? I'm asking everybody so that they can hear me. I'm a little rusty, I suppose, because we took a week off, Drip. And we did. We did. We're not going to acknowledge that. But thank you guys for listening to the episode. I did notice you guys, when we take weeks off, it hurts the YouTube, but it helps the audio. Because people go back and listen to old stuff they don't usually listen to, and numbers go up. So I appreciate you guys there. For the audio people, YouTube people.
That's awesome.
What's up, man? Come back. Why aren't you watching our stuff?
Hey, I was here.
You were
here.
Like
I said, I was
here.
Tell
the people
last Thursday at 8 o'clock, I was here, and you didn't show up. I waited around for, I don't know, how long? An hour or so. Just didn't show up. It hurt. I'm just going to tell you right now, it hurt. No.
That's not
obviously there were birthdays, there were things going on. I will say this time, usually it's my fault. This time it was not my fault. I didn't cancel this. So.
I canceled us last week. It was my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I said, well, we could do it like the next day. Nope. Got plans. I said, all right, man. Week off, whatever.
And we did none of those plans. Totally could have happened, but we did none of the plans we planned. It was unfortunate. A little sickness happened. It's all good. Drip. I'm in my disgusting drip at the moment. Actually, they call it swag. At Amazon, they call this stuff swag. They gave us swag. And,
I can see that.
Yeah, this is like, it's got holes in it. I wear this shirt to like dye in, because I hate Amazon. No, I wear this shirt to like, paint the house or mow the lawn or get sweaty while exercising. And we both have been taking a little bit of a journey these past couple weeks. And if you're listening and can't see, that would be the ring fit. I have the ring con around my head. It fits very nicely. If you guys ever wonder how big my head is, here's a ring con for scale.
Is that what it's called? A ring con?
It's called a ring con, I think. Yeah.
God. Nintendo.
But Drip and I've been playing I've been streaming the Ring Fit. If you want to come watch the Ring Fit streams,
absolutely not.
Links down below. Come check me out on Twitch. But Drip's been playing it while I play. But also, not only that, a bunch of members of the community have been also playing the game while I stream. And I've probably sold at least 3 to 5 of these
a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them.
Because people who've already had them have played as well. But I've also sold some.
And it's really cool that this is not something that I bought it. What was it? The weekend I bought it. I posted it in the Discord, and then you were like, "I'm getting mine out," and then a couple other people were like, "All right, I'm getting mine out," and I was like, "Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this." But it's become you're streaming it now, like 3-4 times a week,
three days a week, yeah.
Okay, I mean,
and I'm gonna be playing it off stream the days I'm not, just so I can keep up with it.
And this has become a thing. Like we have a room for it in the Discord.
Both of our Discords.
I am sore, dude. Like sore. Like Ring Fit Adventure is not a joke, especially if you're somebody who doesn't work out. Like it's no joke, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a joke. I wouldn't say I work out. I've been incredibly lazy since the pandemic started. However, I do kind of like mow the grass and it's not just a simple mow the grass. It's like there's hills around in their property and
you told me
and the
lawnmower
terrain. The lawnmower I use is the kind that does not go for you, so it makes me sweat, and it also takes me combined probably 2.5 hours to get it all done. God. So,
dude, I have to stop you.
What's up?
Big Man from Splatoon 3 is in the chat. Just wanted to throw that out there.
What's Big Man? Who's Big Man? I mean, you're big. You're the real Big Man. Hi, Big Man. Guys,
that's just like on my stream when Hugh Jackman stops by.
Oh, this is bigger than Hugh Jackman. This is bigger than Tim Tebow. This is bigger than any. We have the Big Man.
The Big Man.
The Big Man. Can you believe it, guys? Thank you, Big Man, for coming to the stream. I know we got some clickbaity Splatoon stuff. That's probably why you came through. Thank you, Big Man. We record this podcast live. That also means we record it, so check out the audio version. But yeah, what were we talking about before you stopped me? It's Ring Fit something.
We're talking about Ring Fit.
Yeah, so we've been playing it.
Joke.
It's not a joke, man. Joke. I feel I was telling you guys two things. First thing, if you're a fatter guy and you work in your core, they tell you try not to do that as much because you're gonna look fatter because your core gets stronger and pushes out your fat, and that's exactly what's happening to me. I look even fatter than when I started, but like everywhere else around me, like my sides are slimming a little bit. My legs I got like baby fat off my legs now too. Like I can see it looks a little more defined around my legs. I feel stronger in general. So yeah, it's working. If you think that Ring Fit is a joke, it's not. It's
definitely not.
Truly is not a joke. It's not. It's not a high level exercise, but it is definitely a serious it's not just a joke, is all I'm trying to say.
So when I first got it, I was like, okay, yeah, I saw some videos on it. Like, yeah, it's a pretty decent workout. Yeah, it's a pretty damn decent workout, man. I started at a high level, like level 21, which probably shouldn't have done that, 21. But it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I started at like 8, and I've been bumping up slowly, and now I'm at 18.
Yeah, so you're about where I'm at right now. I mean, and like, dude, I'll tell you what hurts. Like my butt cheeks are sore, dude. Like I'm gonna have a really nice booty here in like 6 months. It's gonna be real, dude. It's gonna be real. Watch out.
Mrs. G calls my ass. She calls it the square ass. I don't know. It must be SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm sorry, the rectangle ass. I have a rectangle ass, so maybe by the time I'm done with this, she's like calling me like booty boy or something.
I don't know.
Booty boy.
My abs and my legs, the squats and all this stuff. It's like, dude,
my arm,
it's nuts.
My arm. How about you? I've been doing a lot of the bow pulls, and you can see on stream when I do the bow pulls, it's really making me. I'm like, ooh, look at that definition in there, boy.
So I actually just got. When I finished the level I'm on, I got the bow pull today. Okay. So I haven't done that one.
That's a real. It's for me. It's the shoulders. My shoulders are real hard right now. I'm fresh off a workout a couple hours ago, but real hard up here. The biceps, the triceps, it's all legit. That down there, the back. I forget the names of all these muscles. But the back,
I don't know.
Well, triceps, biceps.
I'm just doing
shoulders,
what it's telling me to do.
lats.
And it looks like the biggest thing is like they keep saying like make sure your posture is good, like your form has to be right.
Yeah,
and none of this like matters. And they know. Like when I get tired and I start like slouching over, they're like straighten your back. I'm like, how the fuck do you know that?
Oh, it doesn't tell me about my posture, but I was actually telling stream today.
Told me several times today. Yeah. I was like, how do you know that?
I was telling.
You're right, but how do you know that?
That's hilarious because I was telling the stream like, hey, your posture is really important. I was mansplaining exercise to them. I was telling them about the posture. I'm a big advocate of good posture because live life. If you live your life with good posture, it's a good thing.
I have terrible posture.
So when I worked at Amazon, I was on a forklift for 10 hours a day, just standing. They're standing forklifts.
Yeah.
While doing that job for over 40 hours a week, I was practicing good posture while driving this thing. And by the time I noticed it, I'm like, wow, like my day-to-day posture has completely changed because I was paying attention for all those hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have mine. I slouch a lot, but I don't know. I was a little skeptical about the whole Ring Fit thing, but I'm all in on it now. It's definitely going to work. I've changed my diet a lot too.
Me too.
My older brother's a what you would call a workout guy. He's a workout guy.
what
likes
you call
to go
them?
to the gym. Yes, that's what you call them. They're workout guys. He goes to the gym. He knows all his stuff. He talks about, he learns all the stuff about different body types and this and that. He said, listen, man, you'll be fine. If you're doing like a little bit of exercise, like cut out the fast food, cut out the crap. And I was like, hey, man, I think I might even switch from Busch Light to like White Claws. He's like, you don't have to do that. You honestly don't have to do that. You just need to stop eating fast food. He said, the biggest thing is just eat at home and do this Ring Fit thing. He's like, you're gonna be great, dude. You're gonna be fine.
Especially someone with your kind of like body type. You're already really thin. You just kind of need to.
He says it's my metabolism that will let me be able to do that. So
yeah,
he knows more than I do. So I'm like, okay, cool. But I've been texting him stuff like, hey man, can I eat ranch with these vegetables? He's like, yes.
Yeah, dude, ask me too. I like the answer. Yeah, and here's what what they tell you why you can eat ranch.
No, why?
The reason why you eat ranch is because, well, I'm sure there's many different reasons, especially if you don't. First of all, you can't be drinking ranch. But the reason you can eat ranch while eating vegetables is to get you to eat your fucking vegetables.
Yeah.
So
I've been buying
it's better
veggie trays, giant veggie trays, and crushing them, man.
Yeah, it's just better. Yeah, it's better
broccoli,
to have
carrots.
Yeah.
What's snow peas? Celery. I don't eat the tomatoes, man. It's like the only food on the planet I won't eat. But
I'm not a big tomato guy.
Nah, me neither.
Yeah, but yeah, eat your veggies. Do what you got to do. Just don't be drinking ranch. So yeah, fitness journey's been great. Go make sure to follow us over on my Twitch at least, because I'm doing it.
I'm not streaming.
I'm trying to peer pressure. We're trying to peer pressure Drip to do it.
I will be hanging out with you while you're doing it, and I will be doing it as well. But I will not be on camera.
I'll take that. You know what else will not be on camera after January of 2023?
Who?
Stadia, babe.
Stadia. R.I.P.
Oh, I just made myself burp. I pushed myself in the throat.
Another one bites the dust.
Bum.
Yes.
Another one bites the dust. Yes, it's
Add
Stadia.
It to the Google Graveyard.
The Google Graveyard. Guys, can you believe it? I actually can believe it. I think there's a lot of people who can't believe it as well.
I can totally believe it.
But
I mean, honestly, before we get into the Google Graveyard, let's look at this, because I do want to talk about all the other stuff that they said. They actually gave a lot of information.
Yep.
Who didn't see this coming? Like, come on. Seriously, like the launch was awful. And then the people who were still on board were like, no, it's just because this stuff's not ready. Once this stuff is ready and they put all this out there, there's going to be, first party games. There's going to be all this stuff. Yep. No first party games.
Mm-mm.
The first party studios bailed halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was just Stadia. No first party games that you were promised. Everything else, what did they God, they were promising crazy stuff that just wasn't like
4K 60 FPS
did
streaming.
We ever even see that at any point?
Maybe. I do that. I can't speak on. I do know I played 1080p 60 gaming. That worked. On my old bad Wi-Fi, it worked. So, and that's some of the positive. I mean, Stadia overall. Let's be honest here. Overall, Stadia was a very positive experience for the end user.
That's what I heard. As far as I know, the actual streaming of the games was actually pretty good. I never actually used Stadia.
As we get through the Google Graveyard, which we will, I'm especially the ones you don't know, Drip, I'll let you know. Like, a lot of these didn't fail because they were bad. A lot of these failed because nobody adopted it as a service or a device. Like,
but there's a
Google
reason.
Makes good
there's a reason
things.
why. There's a reason why.
Yes, there is. You're right.
Stadia's good. We're talking about it right here. You've used it. It's good, right?
I have the hardware's good too.
It's marketed like shit. It was marketed like shit from the beginning.
Yep.
From the very beginning, they messed this up.
Yep.
They honestly launched it too fast. They didn't have anything ready. When it launched, it was what? It was like, well, you can do it on this device and this one, but you can't do it here. All that stuff's coming later, but you can only do it right here, right now.
Yeah.
Like the Google Pixel will work, and whatever.
Going off what you said there, it was not available on Google's brand new streaming stick, or it wasn't a stick. It was the
Chromecast,
the puck. Well, okay, it was available on the Chrome, not the original Chromecast, because it didn't. I'm not sure why they're not the original Chromecast, but it was available on the Chromecast Ultra. However, when they released,
the one that came with it,
yes,
right?
but here's the weird thing about that. Here's the really weird thing. I think Stadia came out before the new what's it called? I'm sorry, the Chromecast 4K HD remote. The Chromecast that came with a remote. That I have that Chromecast.
A bigger, better one is what you're saying?
Yeah,
a newer version.
And yeah, a newer version came out. I'm sorry, I forget the name of it. It's a puck. Like a Chrome. I guess it's like a Chromecast, but like the other Chromecast. But the difference with this Chromecast is it came with a remote with Google TV. Chromecast with Google TV. That's what it's called.
Damn.
The Chromecast with Google with Google
you did it.
Whatever. Android, whatever. Fuck. So words are hard for me. Anyway, the point is that was their newest, latest, and greatest. It had 4K support, had a remote. It was great. I have it here. I use it all the time. The issue is that Stadia was not available on that device for like a year. It was only available. It was only available on the Chromecast or the Chromecast Ultra, the one it shipped with. That one did not have a remote. It was the same thing as the Chromecast with Google TV, except for the Google TV part, which is that's the remote interface. You want that interface.
And here's my question: when these are your products, this is what you are putting out to make money. Mm-hmm. How is that not a priority? That's like, yes, it works. That's why it's out right now, because it works with this. Like, it all works.
Couldn't tell you. I do know that the Chromecast. Here's one thing that could be the Chromecast Ultra came with a power brick that supported Ethernet in. So through the power brick, you could plug in your Ethernet.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, that's huge.
That was your older product. The newer product did not ship with a brick that could plug in with the Ethernet. What? And you also could buy one for like $30 or $15 or whatever.
Google.
But you could not come with it. It's like, but why?
Yeah, seriously.
But why?
Yes, why? I mean, okay. Did you use any of the other service? Have you used any other services as far as like game streaming?
Oh, game streaming. I've watched my brother play game streaming on incredibly fast internet, plugged in. I watched it. I didn't play it. The bitrate was terrible. I'm sorry, I should say it's Xbox Cloud stuff on his Xbox, on xCloud on his Series S. He streamed it, and the bitrate
was wired in.
It was wired in. The internet was like 700 megabytes a second. It was fast, super fast internet. The bitrate was terrible. He's saying this is fine because it's all the streaming he's ever done. He's like, it's fine, it's fine. I'm like, no, dude, like that's not great. That does not, with your internet plugged in, you should not have those bitrate issues.
Yeah.
But I have tried Stadia, and I did not have those issues. It looked great.
I just realized I have what is it called? Amazon
Gaming?
Luma.
Oh, Luna. Yeah, Luna.
I just saw it. I was flipping through stuff the other day, and I saw it there. I was like, "The hell's that?" And I clicked. I was like, "Oh, it's got free games and stuff too." Like there was a few on there. I was like, "Oh, I want to play this." Oh, you know what? One of them is that Hot Wheels game. It's on there for free. If you have Amazon Prime, you have that game for free on Luna. Yeah, yeah. I just didn't have a controller handy to try to hook up to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they'd all just hook up to the Fire Stick, right? I haven't done it. I'd like to try it because I do want to play that Hot Wheels game. Well, I'm actually interested to see how Luna works. Amazon's.
Yes, it depends how, because Google didn't do it that way. Google didn't do it where you hook up the controller to the streaming stick. Because when you do that, when you do a Bluetooth controller to the streaming stick that streams from the internet, the issue you run into is lag, input
okay, where
lag.
Do you hook it
input
to?
Lag specifically. I guess you don't know. I'm about to blow your mind for a second. I wish I had the controller handy. The Google Stadia controller does not support Bluetooth. It does support wired into the computer. It does do that, but it does not support Bluetooth. You know what it does?
No.
Any guesses? What it does is connect to the internet. So your Stadia controller actually connects to the internet.
Oh,
wow. But it sounds dumb, but I promise it's not, because it's actually perfect. Because that way, the game and the controller are both internet. So when you press the button, it happens it's synced. So there is input lag, but visually there's no input lag. So it's hard to explain, but it works perfectly.
The lag is on both, I guess.
Kind of.
So neither is lagging?
Exactly.
I don't know. That's confusing. That's above my pay grade.
It doesn't matter. Well, the point is, it worked great. But when you try Bluetooth, you have Bluetooth delay, and then you have input delay, and you also have input delay from the internet. So yeah, that doesn't work so great when you try it that way.
Yeah, very interesting.
It's very interesting. You want to talk about this Google Gravyard?
yeah. Google Stadia. joins. I mean, this is like Arlington Cemetery, dude. This is crazy.
I'm gonna pull up the article here. Let's go from the top so I can read with you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, we found a list of companies, products, just services, things that have been killed by Google, and it is much, much bigger than I thought. It is massive. It's huge. We can't go over all of them, but
274. It says it at the top.
274. Okay. Oh yeah, 274.
It's too many.
So we're not going to go over all of them. Obviously, we know Google Stadia is the latest one.
Yep.
So in 4 months, and we didn't even talk about that. We should actually talk about that. If you do have Google Stadia, you're getting your money back for your games.
Which is wild.
I can't believe that. There are some limitations to what you can actually get back.
They got money.
They got money. Yeah. And they've done this so many times. It's like they kind of have to at this.
They have to. They have to because you're buying. They're just literally taking away the thing that the people always say you never can take away from you. Like, well, we're going to take it away, so I guess we're going to have to give you your money back. You don't have to do that. Google is a lot of things. Google also has a good heart in some ways. And this is they don't have to do this. They could afford the lawsuits and probably win some. They're also
giving back. They're giving you money back for your hardware too.
That's wild.
The founder, what was it?
Founders came with a Chromecast Ultra, not a Google TV.
You will be reimbursed for that.
That's $120.
Wild. That's wild, dude. That's crazy.
And it still works wired.
Yeah, and they didn't deliver on anything, so it's right of them to do. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's very right of them to do. They didn't deliver on anything they said, so we're done here. Here's your money back. We tried.
YouTube originals.
Yeah, man, I never watched any of them. They were killed.
Remember that, guys? I watched a couple shows. They were okay. One was really good.
They're still there, actually.
Some of the shows got canceled, so they're literally not there.
It will officially be gone in December of 2022. So that's one.
Like a couple months.
Yeah. Google Hangouts.
Oh my God. Do you know how many Google messaging apps that is video and text based apps they've made in ever?
Oh yeah, they just changed the name of what is it? Google. It's the one. Yeah, it's the one I talked
Google Duo.
It was Google Duo. What's
Google
it now?
Meet.
Is it Meet?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It is.
You told me that.
Yes, I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google Meet. That's what it is now. And I didn't even realize it changed. It's still the same app on my phone.
Yep.
It looks exactly the same. What? Yep. I don't know what
they
get.
Like Joe's just said in the chat, they get merged. A lot of these services not necessarily were canceled, but were merged. So like they'll combine with other apps that Google has.
Okay, here's what YouTube Go. Don't even know what that is.
I think that it goes with Android Go, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is like Resource Lite YouTube. Just like Android Go was Resource Lite. Resource meaning like power, so it could run on cheaper hardware, so they could deliver to other countries. If I'm not mistaken, that might be something that product does exist. If it's not Google or YouTube Go or Android Go, but yeah, that's probably. I think
any
that's
other
what
ones
is.
You see here on this list. You wanna
Google Chrome apps. I guess there was one point you could have apps on Google Chrome. Interesting. We should have wrote some of these we should have did this beforehand. That was dumb. There was a couple you said.
I think I
know Nexus. Good, you probably did. I was late. Sorry. The Nexus phones. I don't see it on the list, but I do remember from my head.
I saw it. It's
Nexus
down there,
phones. I mean, they like I said, they're not gone. Nexus phones have merged into what's now called the Google Pixel line of phone. But they're definitely not Nexuses anymore. The idea of Nexus was to bring you Android in its pure form. But now, like for developers, nowadays Pixels are for consumers, but Nexuses were for developers to develop Android.
We got Fitbit Coach, which looks like it's basically their version of some type of Ring Fit style workout thing, which used to be FitStar. Both gone. FitStar Yoga also gone.
Google Cardboard. Did anybody ever have Google Cardboard?
Oh my God, I remember that. I do remember that one. Google Cardboard.
Just died last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2014 and 2021.
I had a good run. Google Play Movies and TV.
That's recent. That's this year, right?
That was 2021.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
2021.
Well, okay, that one merged. to just
What
like,
did it go to?
I don't know. I think it just kind of into the Google ecosystem. It's like you could, because people bought stuff on that service, but they didn't refund you. I think you could just watch your Google TV and Google movie purchases elsewhere.
Okay, looks like it was merged to Google TV. Gels is saying in the chat.
Gels knows what's
so
up.
Yeah, these things, they merge them, but they're still gone. They're still gone. What else do we got? Yeah, the cardboard one. That's one I remember. There used to be messaging on YouTube. Like before I started my channel, I remember like there was a place where you could like message, like DM people. That did not last long. I think that was like 2 years, maybe. Not even that, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. It's on this list. I don't know exactly where.
I want to talk about this one for a second because you mentioned it earlier. Google Wallet, or one of those names, was canceled but / merged. But there's something really I want to talk about Google Wallet for a second. So your wallet is your money, and people are hesitant to go to mobile wallets because it's your money and you're scared. And the whole point of these apps is to go seamlessly use your phone as your wallet and also make you feel at ease, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the issue. Google had Google Pay, and they had Google Wallet, and then they had a second Google Wallet, all at the same time. Literally, they released, instead of updating the old Google Wallet, they made a new app, and there was for months. My mom and I exchanged money frequently. We exchanged money frequently using Google Wallet. And there was a second app coming. My mom's technologically challenged in some ways. She's pretty good, but there are a lot of ways she's not. And to try to explain to her what's going on, like, Mom, so there was a second Google Wallet app. What do you mean the second Google? I'm like, I don't know why they're doing this. So like our money went into limbo because there was issues because she used the old app, but the old app's no longer supported. So the money was just like went into limbo. And to this day, I don't know what happened.
And went to another dimension.
But
like, another dimension.
Tell me how dumb.
Like, sweet.
Tell me how you're not trying to kill yourself as a company when you have Google Wallet, and Google Pay on your.
A lot of
this
stuff doesn't make sense. But that, like, okay, remember this one? Remember Google Plus?
Yes, I do. I had just gotten on the Google Plus train, and then it died.
Finally died in 2019. I had Google Plus when it was new because I'm old.
2011.
Yeah, 2011. I had it then.
I was in diapers.
Never used it. It was terrible. Nobody, I mean, it was just like, what are we doing here? We got MySpace. The hell is this?
Yeah.
I don't need this crap.
MySpace was not around 2011.
I don't know. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. No, maybe not. Maybe it was on its way out. I mean, MySpace is still a thing, man. It's still there.
Oh, stop it.
It's still out there. I could probably sign into my account right now. I bet I remember the password and everything.
There are two more I want to highlight, and then if there's anything you want to highlight, feel free. The last two I want to highlight is first, we talked about a second ago, Google Duo, and this one's Google Allo. Google launched two apps simultaneously. They launched Google Duo. They love their simultaneous apps. And by the way, Hangouts already existed. Chatting in Google Gmail already existed. Like, there were many chatting apps Google had, but they released Google Duo, and they released something called Google Allo. Two apps together. Google Duo was for video. Allo was for the text portion of it all. And as you can imagine, how dumb an idea that was to have two apps that do the same thing in different ways. Allo also got killed. Last thing was hardware. Well, two things. The Pixel Book you mentioned earlier, the Chromecast Pixel Book. It was trying to compete with MacBooks.
Yeah,
and it was really, really nice. And like I said before, it was not a bad product.
Was it Pixel? It wasn't Pixel. It was the other name.
I'm not sure.
It was the other name, the older name.
Whatever the name was, it wasn't Nexus. It was they called it the Pixel Book.
Okay, I thought it was Nexus. Okay,
no, it was definitely a Pixel Book because it was for like consumers to buy a Chromecast that was fancy. I'm sorry, a Chromebook that was fancy, and it was, but it was expensive and it was a Chromebook. So it's like, why would I pay $2,000 when I get a MacBook?
Yeah, that's going to do everything probably much, much easier.
And one that made me the most sad, Chromecast audio. You probably have no idea what that is, Drip.
No clue.
So you have these things. It's all Bluetooth, right? You know what that is. You can send signals over Bluetooth to your stereo or to your car. Well, Google released this, I think, it's genius product. It's a Chromecast, but instead of video, it's for audio. So you get a higher res audio sound because it's going through Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth. And it's the convenience of Chromecast, so it works with your Chromecast devices, your phones, your tablets. No need for Bluetooth.
That's interesting.
It worked. I use it to this day. I have mine. It's in my stereo. Works absolutely beautifully. The issue is they canceled it, and I want more of them, and I can't buy them because.
So it still actually works.
Yeah.
You just can't get any more of them.
Right. It's not a service. It's a product.
Go on eBay, man.
Yeah, for a markup. They're $35. Now you mark them up for $70. I'm not paying $70 for that.
It's not worth it.
No.
I mean, I don't know. A lot of people were saying from the beginning of all this, this is just gonna be another one on the pile of things that Google's thrown in the trash.
Yep. Stadia, rest in peace.
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know. At least they're giving people their money back. That's all you can ask for, I guess.
You know who's not getting their money back? Anybody who buys any Nintendo game. Forget about it. No money.
That's true.
You can't get it. Nintendo's like, nah, man. And if you got really upset because you bought Splatoon 3 for the Tricolor Battles, and you played the Splatfest last Saturday, and you didn't get any Tricolor Battles, let me tell you, friend, you're in the same boat as a lot of people. I played Splatoon during the Splatfest for 7 hours. And do you know how many Tricolor Battles I played?
Probably not a lot.
One.
You know what? That seems to be the number I keep seeing everywhere is 1. Everybody got 1. I think maybe that was it. Like everywhere I see, it's like I got 1. I got 1. I didn't play because I was going to stream it like off and on throughout the day as I was cleaning my garage.
Uh-huh.
But it turns out my garage was a lot worse than I thought it was. A whole lot worse. And that reminds me, all that trash has to go to the curb tonight.
Oh, Jesus, Drip, what are you doing?
I have to do that before I start streaming after this. I absolutely have to. I'll forget if I don't. Anyway, so I didn't get to play. But obviously, you said there were problems. I've looked around online today because I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even know until today that there were problems. But yeah, there were a lot of problems. One of them is the Tricolor Battles, which, if you don't know what that is, at halftime of the Splatfest, at least this is how it worked last time, there's 3 teams. The winner is the one that's going to be defending the other 2 teams. So the winners get what? 4 players, but then it's 2 from each other team. And then the 2 from each other team are going into the middle trying to get the beacon or whatever to start, it's basically 4 on 2 on 2, but you've got a way better chance if you're one of the 2 others, because you're kind of getting banged up. You're getting ganged up on. It's not an easy thing. So they split those, at least in the first one. Because how many did we get in the first one? A lot. We played the Tricolor ones
an absolute ton. Yeah,
a ton. I mean, honestly, I was getting sick of them. I was like, just give me like turf war. Please.
Yes, I feel the same way.
I'm good with these. Like I'm okay with them, but give me a break.
Because let's be honest, they were kind of difficult when you were the 2 teams.
We were on the winning team at halftime.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was tough, and we didn't win a lot of them.
In general, it was tough because you had 2 different teams in 2 ways coming at you, and you were a team of 4. Pinned in the middle. So I think if you're on the teams of 2, which I've experienced playing in this Splatfest, or if you're on a team of 4, which I was in the pre-Splatfest, both are difficult.
Either way, it's tough. But so I guess after that one, Nintendo said that they were going to back off of the Tricolor Battles, which it probably needed backed off a little bit.
Yeah.
But 1? You got 1, and how many hours you play? 7?
Now I want to clarify. I said that for like the lulz, really. I did because there's a separate lobby for that one, and I probably was in an out lobby. I was in the separate lobby for probably an hour. So in an hour, I played 1, but for the most, I was in the other lobby, the regular, like what's the freaking name? Tricolor Battles. I was in that lobby. Or sorry, not Tricolor. The regular battle lobby.
Yeah. Okay.
The words are escaping me. I was in that lobby for the rest of like 6 hours.
Turf War.
Turf War. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, but you only got 1. It seems like it's really hard to come by. Really hard to get into one of those, which is weird because if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't that one of the biggest things they were talking about in that Splatoon Direct? Like that was one of the biggest things. They were like, try, because the Splatfest is a big deal. Like that's the Splatoon thing. It's the Splatfest.
Mm-hmm.
Like you play throughout the, whatever, the month or whatever, but those are the things. Those are the things that everybody gets pumped for. And the big thing that they were adding was the tricolor battles, and they made this huge deal over it. And it sounds like now that they might just go away. Like it's not going to be a thing.
Yeah,
I don't understand that. I just don't understand that.
You're remembering correctly, because if you can remember, when we first heard about Splatoon 3, the artwork changed when they released more information about the game and like a later direct, because it was like the two people on each other, the two splat inklings on each other with two colors. But then when they announced it for like the next announcement trailer, the next direct, where they gave a bunch of information, the artwork changed from 2 to 3 to the artwork you see on the box art today.
Yeah,
and it was like it was like big reveal. Like, look at that, it's 3 colors. Like look at our, it's on our title, it's on the box art.
And that's the thing too. It's like you've got the 3. They really leaned into this whole 3 thing. Really leaned into it, and now they're just like kind of tiptoeing out backwards, like
big time.
Like
big time.
This is weird. I'm very curious to see how it changes going forward, though. I think if they would find some medium between what you got and what we had the first time, that'd be great. Like I don't know why you can't just. I mean, why can't we find a middle ground here?
Yeah,
is there something wrong? Is there something wrong with the whole system where it's like they just overlooked this big thing and now they're like, oh shit, like this is wrong. We can't do this. This isn't working right. Something behind the scenes we don't know. Like
Drip.
I don't even know what that would be.
I'm gonna make history today, Drip. Not only is Nintendo going to hear this podcast, but they're going to implement something Uncle Geeb has thought of.
Is this an Uncle Geeb production?
Oh, this is no, it's not production. It's an Uncle Geeb idea. Ding.
Okay, even better. Is that going to go in the Google Graveyard at some
Probably.
point?
Nintendo, I know you're listening. We're bigwigs here. I have this great idea, because you're worried about the fact that it's kind of uneven when you add those 3 teams into one game. It can get pretty uneven for a couple of teams. Here's the fix. Why does it have to only be the team of 4? Is is that supposed to be the winning team? Trip?
That would be the winning team at
the winning
half,
team
yes.
Gets the disadvantage of being 4 against 2v2 of the other 2 teams. How about we just kind of alternate over time? The majority of the matches for the Splatfest winners have the 4 teams, right? But then the rest. How about all 3 teams get to experience the tricolors in in teams of 4? Not just keep it toward, because if it's uneven, right? That means it's uneven. So what if you even the playing field out by having the other teams also participate in the 4 teams?
Well, let me refine your idea a little bit. How about you keep it the way it is, but instead of just doing it at halftime, you do it every 5 hours. Like whoever's on the top after 5 hours, they're the 4 team. Then they check back again. Okay, now you're the 4 team because you guys are ahead. Listen, then everybody gets more time. You could do it, but then it's still based off of the same exact thing that they have.
Like, I guess both of our points here is to, instead of balancing it by removing, we'll balance it by actually balancing it.
Yeah, like actually balancing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
would be better.
Because who was winning? I do have this question. Who was winning at the halftime? Who was the team that was did they end up winning?
No, Fun lost. Fun got second place.
And if you remember, we were winning at halftime.
And we lost.
And then that came in and we lost too. Yeah, beat down, because those are hard. It's really hard to do. Maybe that's the problem that they found. Like, oh, this is not actually fair, and we need to fix something. But that would be a good way to fix it.
Wait, now, do you think Nintendo looked at one of their games and realized, actually, this might not be fair?
Come on, they do that all the time.
Do they?
They do.
Do they?
I have some other things. I wanted to know if you knew this was an
Mario
issue.
Party.
I wanted to know if. Yeah, Mario Party. Hey, they gave it online eventually.
No, the unfairness part I'm talking about. If you're in last place, you get all the freaking stars.
Yeah, well, It's Mario Party. Come on, it's Mario
Go
Party.
ahead.
But I do have a question. I wondered this too, because again, I didn't play. So I did hear something else. I don't know if you experienced this, but I heard that at some points there were even matches in the Turf Wars where teams would be playing against members of the same team.
What?
I found this online before I came into the actually no, it was whenever you were late. Like whenever you told me to be on time and then you were late. It was then. I checked out some videos and looked at some stuff online, and it seems like a lot of people were fighting their own team in some of the turf war matches.
That's a way to balance it. That's one way to do it.
But how does that, like, what is the point of that? Like, you're telling me there's nobody.
You're actually making it more unbalanced at that point.
There.
That's actually
like, there's
making
nobody out there you could put the team up against. You had to put them against themselves. That's clearly some type of error in the matchmaking system.
And they did say, Nintendo did say, we're trying to make this more balanced. So clearly,
what is that balance?
No, I think that's what the thing they're trying to balance. I think they fucked up.
Yeah, something's, I don't know. Lots of problems. I have a few other things here. That one I thought was really strange. Like that's
incredibly strange.
And you didn't experience that? You didn't have that happen?
I only played one tricolor battle. And how would I?
No. I'm not talking about the tricolor battles. I'm talking about just turf war. It would be
in turf war.
Team fun versus team fun.
So
the match literally cancels itself out. It doesn't do anything.
Okay, so I misunderstood you the first part. So now that I understand you, in turf war. So here's the thing: people kept saying we were yellow, right? And fun was orange, and gear was purple. I think that's what let's just say for
that was just the colors. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It was fun was green, grub was orange, gear was purple. Yeah, that's just what the colors were for the marketing.
But when we get in the match, for the most part we were yellow. Just about every time we were yellow. But sometimes we weren't. And I'm thinking maybe that's what people were because how are you supposed to notice what the team is? Does it tell you?
Right.
Maybe
so if you had a different color, then you were probably playing Team Grub that had the right color.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
that happened a lot.
Okay,
the different color
people
thing.
Were saying it did happen. You have to look at the titles. Steve did plenty of times. There you go. Joe saw it. So that is absolutely insane to me. That is a huge, huge problem in the matchmaking that has to be fixed. I mean, I don't know.
How are you supposed to? How we lost badly. We lost by 4%. Like it was not even close. The other two teams were within a couple percentage points. We were like way behind. We got our asses handed to us. Was losing battle after battle after battle Saturday night, and Sunday when I streamed, I was losing battle after battle after battle. And finally, at the end of the Splatfest, I did win some, but we got our asses handed to us like the whole time. If you were there, you know. And if you're telling me I was playing Team Fun, I'm sorry, the same team Gear, what the hell's my team?
Grub.
Team Grub. If I was playing Team Grub,
yeah, I think
for a lot of the times I was playing. That is ridiculous. How are we supposed to catch up ground?
So, I got a couple other things here too. How was it compared to? I want to know compared to the first one we played, as far as communication errors.
How bad was it? Quite good. Quite good.
Really? A lot better?
I think so.
Okay. Because I know we had a really tough time with that in the first one. We had a lot of trouble with that.
I suspected we weren't getting tricolor battles because of internet. And clearly I'm not right about that. Mindstormer would he was like telling me, no, man, it's because it's unbalanced. I'm like, nah, it's probably internet. Nintendo servers. That's always the easy way to go, right? But clearly I was wrong about that.
So not that many communication errors. That's actually good to hear. Because I heard that was kind of an issue, but this is something that's in the game that I think is kind of weird anyway, but I heard this brought up too, and I want to see how you feel about this. I feel like this needs to be changed, at least for the Splatfest. So I was talking earlier, and I asked you, I didn't know these were a thing. You can do like the 10x games or the 300x games or whatever it is. Like you get more points. Like these are matches that are worth a whole lot of points for your team.
300 times more. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. So a big problem that people were running into with those matches is right towards the end of the match, if the other team was losing, someone on that team would just disconnect and the match is void. and they wouldn't get the points.
How about we don't void the matches? That drives me insane.
I think for the Splatfest, especially when you're talking about stuff like that, if you leave the match on purpose, you should automatically forfeit the match, not just void it out. Like if there's an actual error, maybe.
There's no way to tell. There's no way to tell if it's a rage quit. There's no way to tell if it's a forfeit. Not really, at least.
But I guess that was happening a lot too. People were getting super mad about that.
I lost 1-300. So the other team got it, and we did win one that it was times 10, which that's good. But here's an issue. Here's why you can't really this is why you can't forfeit. I was playing Splatoon Saturday night with Always on Deck on his Twitch. And like I said, we were getting our asses handed. We lost every round that night. I went into Sunday with my record like 12-39.
Wait, you lost every round that night?
Damn. Every round. We played for an hour or two. I'm so mad.
I do that. Technically, I do that every time I play Fortnite.
That's right. I was so mad. I'm playing here, and I slammed my fist down on the desk in frustration. I do that. That's how I cope. I'm a physical guy. I cope like that. I break things. I didn't break anything. Don't worry. But what happened is, I wish I could show you my setup here on the podcast, guys. Right over here to my right is my dock, sitting on top of my computer. And if you guys know anything about the Switch dock, it's very loose in there. So I hit my fist, and I'm plugged in wired. So when you get disconnected from the dock, if you notice, when you take your Switch out, the internet goes away for a few seconds.
Yeah.
That little disconnection made me lose the game. But here's the fun thing. Sometimes when that happens, did you know sometimes when that happens, the game doesn't get canceled? People go on with just 3 players. Your team goes
really?
on. Sometimes. So I don't know how does Splatoon determine what games they get to continue playing with 3 players and other games are done skis. And by the way, I finished my story. I got a 10-minute ban for that. That was the only time.
Did you really?
That was the only time I got disconnected. And
I've been warned about it. They keep telling me like if your internet keeps doing this, you're not gonna be able to play. I'm like, dude, I'm not. It's not me, man. I'm trying. I'm plugged in. I am plugged in. Let's go.
No warning. It was a quick trigger that night.
Maybe it was because you've had a couple warnings and they were just like, nope, sorry, it's time.
I didn't see any warnings.
I mean, previously, maybe not just that night, like built up, because I've had a few. I don't know. I think that sucks though, that they can't police that. I think that's really that's pretty shitty, especially when you're talking about. I don't know. Like, there's so many people involved, and I know some people take the stuff way too seriously, but like, just play the game, finish the game.
Yep.
Don't be a baby. Don't rage quit.
Yep.
Just because you're not going to get the points.
Take your loss. You're only going to get better if you lose.
I don't know. Just that kind of. I think there's probably a way they can fix that. They need to turn that off or change it for the Splatfest. Like, we're just going to do it this way. That sucks if you do get disconnected. But if you do, like, we might ban you for it anyway for 10, 20 minutes until your internet fixes. So if it happens, your team loses. I mean, that's the only way it's going to stop. And I bet if they say that, most of it will probably stop happening, because you're going to see people not wanting to completely just forfeit all those points. You got to try to win.
Yeah. And
so if it is an actual internet connection, then it's an actual internet connection.
How about this? Like, let's stop warning. We'll just give you losses. We'll just give you losses. Like, straight up. Just
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just be like, listen, in this Splatfest, for these matches, if you disconnect, you forfeit. If one player disconnects from your thing, you do lose these points. I think that's the way they got to do it.
But here's why they'll never do it, Drip. They'll never do that way, because Nintendo's servers typically aren't the stablest.
No, they're not.
So
they're not. A
lot of times, I've been disconnected so many times from. I mean, like, in retrospect, it's really not that many because I play so many Splatoon matches. But it's probably like it's a small fraction, but in reality, it's a lot of matches I get disconnected from. And only one of them was my fault, that time where I hit my fist on the desk. The rest of them were Nintendo's fault or another player's fault.
I'm seeing in the chat here, if you play in ranked, in ranked, if you disconnect, you do get losses. So just do it like that. Just do it like that.
Don't want to lose. Don't want to get. I don't know.
It's whatever.
It's rough.
I'm looking forward to the next one though. I've been on a really big Fortnite kick.
I hate it.
I just want Gwen. I want Gwen, Spider Gwen, man. I need it. So Splatoon hasn't happened. Once I get one victory by myself on stream, I'm gonna go back to Splatoon.
I hope it happens soon because
Alexa's talking to me.
Okay. Upload your TikToks.
It's telling it's reminding my oldest daughter to brush her teeth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they here? Are they there?
No,
okay.
Not yet. But okay. I keep it on just so it's,
Yeah.
Oh no. If not, it's good. I'm gonna forget to put it back on. So it just tells me every night and every morning, and I'm like, well, you know what? I'm gonna brush my teeth too. I guess that's
right. There you go.
Good time to do it.
Is that it, sir?
That's it,
guys. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. We missed last week. We're sorry about that. We're back. We're here. Appreciate you guys in live chat. Don't go anywhere. We're just ending the recording. The stream goes on for the time being. So you guys, all your listeners, and those of you who are watching this live stream on YouTube after the fact, we'll see you guys next week.
Later.